Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You okay there, buddy? You can stay here. You can stay. Stay. I want you to stay. I wanted you to stay. But you wanted to leave. Copycat. For those who know me, you know what I do. For those who have been here watching this channel for a long time and still can't figure out what I do, do not hesitate. Send me an email. Call me. Ask me personally. Well, call out my name, right? Ask me some questions. What do I do? I like to say, if we want to look at it a different way, I am a scientist and I study the cells. But first, I need to understand area space and occupation of area space. Is it null and all in the void? And if it's null and all in the void, isn't it ironic that the name of our moon is not null or void, but it's anal? Luna, backwards. Null and void Luna, that what passes in the null or void. How can we understand what it means to be absent of something? Does something have to be absent of something if something is not in something else? So we're in a heaven space. We're in an area space. We have created words that we can understand a dimension of a situation. Area space. My hand is empty, but it has area space. Unoccupied or occupied with the aether of the energy we don't know. I take something, a solid, and I put it in an area space. What would it mean if I took a ring other than a solid? If I took a ring, I took a stripe. If I took a ring, I took a ring. If I take a ring, I count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I take a ring, I have that 9 at the seventh gate. 5, 6, 7. If I have a ring and I am born into this world, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have a ring to the fourth planet. And to the fourth planet inverted of number 4 on a cube, on a flat surface, 11, 11. The cube. The opposite side of the 3 is the 4. It is the most interior number of what is the exterior number of 1 and 6 to the altered number of 2 and 5 to what is the average 1, 6, 2, 5, and 3 and 4 is in the center, and they are polars of each other, alike the other ones, but the 1 and 6 is going to go into the 3 and 4. The 2 and 5 is going to go into the 3 and 4. So now you're going to have 14 and 7. 7 and 14 is 21. GUN. Seven, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. 21 and 343 equals to a total of 364. If we wanted to do it in days, it would be 12 moons. Your fingers, your fourth, your seventh time. Number 47. 74,
energy. The seventh planet of Uranus and the fourth planet of Mars. The invert planets is Saturn with the rings and Earth. And now we have S and E coming together. We have M and U coming together. We have 51 for Mars. We have 94 for Uranus. We have 52 for Earth. And we have 93 for Saturn. 3764. So we have inverted to Mars is Earth. So we have 52 and 51 inverted to what is 93 and 94. But since we're going to combinate now these two, we're going to have this combination is 93 and 52 equaling to 145. I like that. And when we combine them above each other, we're going to have 55. So now we're going to have a freedom's pass. Because the word freedom is 66. The word sky is 55. The word pass is 55, 36, and 19. AI. It's got two S's in it. Also, the two S's, they look like number fives. 5 and 5 is 10. It's the 10 pass through Mars. So what we have to do now is the 10 pass through Mars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 15, which equals to 1/4, 25% equaling to Earth. And it's also a plug. Call that plug a jack, like the telephone jack. Call this 15 1/4 of what is 60 seconds on the time. The numeric value for Mars is 51 as the fourth planet, and Earth as the third planet. They are 180 degrees around, or RO. RO in French is gold. It's also numeric value 33. The command and the creation of the Christ and rotation of the sun. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 and 9 gives us the percentage to the 8 heavens divided by the seventh gate. To understand different ways to see the 7, here's a 7. If that's a 7, we have to cap it off with a C. We have to understand different ways of doing things. At the same time, if we take a look, we actually have the hexagon right over here. 1 straight line, 2 straight lines, 3 straight lines. 3 by 2 ends each is 6. This will be your hexagon, which will be your percentage. And it'll be your percentage on understanding what the straight lines of numbers are. The reason for that is, let me see if I can do this. The reason for that is on the top of each one of these, you have to press Control in order to get to the top to number 8, where the star system. And within the birth, you see within the birth, because it has the brackets, it means in between, it's expressing. So 9 and 0 are expressions. 7 includes and something. The 6 has a hat on it. The hat goes between A and E, and it's expression between one center to two sides. I'm not sure. Whoop, I just lost my pencil. One center to two sides. I don't know if I have it on this page here. I'm just trying to see where I have that. The difference between what is Earth and what is understanding Mars. Mars will be your points. Earth is going to be your flat line. We pick these up by also understanding, see the hat? They always say the hat you wear, right? So that hat we wear is on that 45-degree angle. See, it's got the flat top here, but look at the jack. You see the jack? See the same thing? It's the same piece right over here, connecting the two sides. With one moon, it connects both moons. This scale comes out of gematria. Gematria is an alphabetical count where we count 1 through 7. And when we count 1 through 7, what happens? I try to find the anomalies in numbers, but what's actually happening is, first of all, this piece over here, see this one, let's say human over here and a human here. They're back to back. They get plugged up over here. You see the V. V above, V below creates the X10. Roman numeral V5, but in an X it's 10, so you have V and V equaling to that number. Where is the... here. So what happens with this is as I count up over here, I'm not sure if I want to show you this one, but let's look carefully. This one over here ends here, 1. Then you have this one here, call that 3. Then you have this one over here, call that 5. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 5. And then let me see. Okay, this one, is this 7 over here? Okay, this one here is number 7. So in order to, you have 7 up here. Now we go all the way down here to 1, and then we go 1 again. We go 1 from here to here. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because in gematria counting, it's 1, 1. You go, when you go L, 2, M, 1, N, 1. What do I do? What do I do? I'm skipping every second number. So now if I have a number that's right next to each other, 1 and 1, how do I skip? Do I keep going down? Do I skip a whole section of 8 numbers to get back to 1 again? Because if I'm skipping by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? I'm trying to get a 1. So it'll be 1 to 3 to 5 to 7. There's no 9, okay? After you get to 7, it goes back to 5, 3, 1 again. But what happens if I have another 1? Do I keep going down? No, I go over. I stop going down, I go over. This is what tells me that at number 7, I reach a point, Mars. But when I get down to M and N, man, moon, right? When I get down there, it's flatlined. It's 1 and 1. It's the separation of the alphabet, M and N. I'm going to see if I have it in there, but I don't want to lose where I'm going at with this. So that's why we end up with the next level of this same design, which we can put it over here. So now when you have multiple designs, and right over here, this area over here, okay, is what I understand to is where we are in one of these potted areas over here. See, here's one section. Here's 2 sections. You need many, many sections. I don't know how it works. It has to be discussed before we can make a larger area. You know, in the Mayan calendar, in calendars or in days or in weeks, first we have seconds, then we have seconds, then hundreds of seconds and seconds. So we have cells and more cells. Then we create a minute. But man was created on day 6. So if man was created on day 6, and there's 1,440 minutes in a day, times 6 equals to 8,640, 86,400 seconds in a day. So now we've created one number in total minutes in a week. Now we're talking that's the number of seconds in a day. It also relates to the diameter of the sun, and then 3 times that. Remember, 3 is the cycle, so you must multiply it by 3. Now, 3 times 8640 equals 25,920, and I don't know what the word is for it, but I'll tell you what the answer is. It's 25,920, and this is the answer to part of what the Mayan time is. If I remember correctly, it's 2 times a cubic foot measurement in inches. I have to see from which grill this comes from. I think it comes from here. If you watch, whoops, sorry about that. If you watch this video, let me see if we can go through it. I tried to do this really quick. I try to keep it entertaining, but I forgot at the same time. I have to explain. I have to answer questions. So let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get this. No, this is 9s. This has to be watched also. There's a lot of stuff. Let me see here, right here. Right? See, 144 square inches, 1,440 minutes in a day. I'm just trying to see here. This is the part. So when we get to 1 square yard, that's the number I wanted. So 2 square yards, okay, is 25,920. So I have to do this times 10. So this is 20 square yards in order to reach the Mayan calendar. 1 cubic yard brings us into the house of Bate. This is alpha beta rotation in the sun. 1 circling 2. 1 moon and 2 moons? Are we talking about Venus and Mercury? Which way should we be understanding the moons? Unless we break everything down so we can rebuild it. If we want to understand what's going, what is the question? Where did we come from? What is this planet about? All these questions, I go into games. Okay, that's why I call this art and entertainment, because I can only bring you the science, the truth in the art and entertainment that I work. I want it to be fun. I want people to, anyways, doesn't really matter. And look at that. Number 4. In number 4, it's the TH house. Did I skip over something? Yeah, I wanted to finish off with where I am. I get lost. There's so many branches that open up. I was talking about number 66 and 55. So what that is, I'm going to show you what that is. Okay, is right over here is number 66. They had in my day and age in the 70s and 80s, they had an insurance company calling it Freedom 55, Freedom 55, Freedom 55. Well, the word freedom equals 66. The word DOM or D, Mars, OM, the word of the cycle, because M and O is the word of the cycle. It is MNO. It is the last one on the first side of the alphabet, and it is the second one on the second side of the alphabet when you're putting 1 and 2 together, but from the split alphabet in 2 different worlds. You have to bring from this world into the alter world in order for anything to work. M and N are inverts in the alphabet to each other. I'm not sure if that's easy to understand. We tie the alphabet up. Instead of going, we're going to go from A to M, first part of the alphabet. We're going to go from N all the way to Z, second part of the alphabet. Now, in the first part of the alphabet, from A to M, G is the 7th number. The first number is A, the 7th number is G, the first number is M. N is the first number, T is the second number, Z, almost like saying tens, is the third number in the other side. So the in-between alphabet is 7117. When you have 7117, half of 117, because you put them together, is 5.5. 7557. 7557. 75,075 moons have came and gone in 5,775 years. 75 times 75 plus 75 plus 75 equals to 5775. And it's ironic that 76 times 76 equals to 5776. Just that simple. I wish there was an easy way to explain all this. So when the alphabet divides, what you do, okay, and this all has to be discussed, what we do is we take the alphabet Z and we run it. Hold on a second. We run it all the way until we get to H. We run it till we get to H, from Z all the way to H. Then we take the other side of the alphabet and we run it all the way till we get to S. On the other side of the, did I get that right? A on one side. Should I be bringing it to F, Z, or H, Z? The other side, it's A, S, or it's A, U. What this means, okay, is what's happening. I'm going to show you what's happening. So that over here is T, over here is G, over here is A, over here is Z. Over here is F and H. See the way I'm crossing it over? Sorry, I don't want to use F and H. I want to use EF and HI. I want to use I and E over here. And over here, I'm going to use R and V over here. R, E, I, V. Did I get that right? I just want to see if I got this right. It's EI and RV. You can have TR and TV, which is 2018, and this is 2022. Okay, and this one over here, we're going to use G and GR. What I'm trying to explain over here, I should just take it out and show you on different paper. Let me explain it a little bit better. It's going to be easier. So here we have the alphabet, right? Over here is going to be G. Over here is going to be T. Over here is Z. Over here is A. Over here is M and N. The in-between center over here, the numeric value between M and N as the 14th and the 13th letter is going to be 13.5. We're also going to be running it understanding as 14.5, but we use it as a reduction. I don't want to use that right now. So when we do this, the letters are A, C, E. When I do this, the letters are also to a single digit count, these letters over here. I can also use the entire family, right? The entire family of A. Now, as the 13th letter, it is the first of its teen. It is also a solid and a stripe. A solid and a stripe. Can we call the stripe a band? Can we call it a strip? Strip? Is it a strip or a stripe? Strip the stripe. The reason I mention it this way is because in certain languages, they just add an eon to the same word. And when you add an eon or eor, eor is a donkey. So now we have to go pin the tail. Now you're pinning it on the donkey. Now it could be the dawn of day. At the same time, the word the is 33, rotation in the sun. On is a birth and it's a division. It's a numeric value the way pi begins, the 14th and the 15th letter. When you have 14 and 15, you revert to 13 and 12 to what is 15 and 14 equals to 29. Black equals to 25. Jack. The total is 54, equating to love and sun in the Third Reich. What is the Third Reich? Well, in the Hebrew language, R. Okay, the letter R. 3 times 18 equals to 54. It's supposed to be luck in French. This is your base creation. This is born into the IT system. The king and the queen replace what is O and N is replaced through L and M. Could have been a real Remen, right? Replaced by 1 and 2 and 1 and 3. The queen is the 12th card and the king as the 13th card. Also note, if you're counting from high to low, you count ace as the highest card 1, king is 2, queen is 3. If we count from the other direction in this realm, then the 2 is first, the 3 is second, and the 4 is third. If we're counting up and down, using ace as high only because this is used in the game of war. In the game of war, the ace is not first, it is last. It is noted to be the top of the line card, so it could be placed as the 14th card in the deck. Counting up and counting down in the deck, there are 14. 1 through 13, 1 through 13. And the ace is the 13th card. To where now the king is also the 12th card. Eeyore the donkey, sold, stripe, band on the finger. Band on the finger. We get our numbers from this. The band on the finger. I just want to see something. I see that I'm missing. Wow. I didn't have one of the other social medias on, and I'm a little unhappy because I'm almost near the end of my video. Give me a second. One sec. Trying to figure something out. Just give me a second. I have to write something here. Trying to find out. I put my video on the side and I just can't figure out where it is now. So okay. So let me get back to where we were at right now. So the alphabet, let me see if I can just see. If you come here late, it's hard to exactly to get back to where I was. We were showing the split in the alphabet. Let me just see if I can make this a little bit clearer, unless it's just me. Okay, so the split in the alphabet is right over here. 13.5. This is what it looks like. So is a number 1 because I broke a box in half, 0 being the whole box, 1 being the smaller box? I don't know. But this box is broken in half. The letters are M and N. The 13 and the 14th letter. If I was looking at the 13 ball and pool, I'd also be looking at the 5 ball and pool. If I'd be looking at the 14 ball and pool, it would be the 14 and 6 and the 13 and the 5. This one would be orange. And this one over here would be green. So if green's in the game, you also have yellow. You also have the word 8. 8 valued at 49, green valued at 49, yellow valued at 92. 11 and 13 coming together. Over here, we come up with the sun. It becomes yellow and red. Noted that in horse racing, the 4 and the 6, meaning Mars and Saturn, are bringing in the yellow, bringing in the birth, bringing in the IT system. I look at yellow as being soul. I also see it as pliable, and it also brings them, I believe, to be what is the spirit inside the soul. For the reason is they call it yellow gold. And they don't only call it yellow gold, we can also refer to this as a spud. And the reason I refer to this as a spud is because not only do they do it with potatoes, but what vegetables do we usually refer to with gold? What do we do with gold? Gold is in first. So I'm just referring to what is gold. Gold is in first. And to note that the numeric value for gold is 38. There's your gold. It's the third finger, and it is the eighth finger. If I count from my left hand to my right hand, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. If I count from my right hand to my left hand, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 33 from no matter which way you go. Should we count the thumbs separate and then use this with 2 on one side, 1 on the other? We're not going to get too intricate right now. So if I want to lock up this alphabet, what did I do here? The numeric value 13 and 5 is sun. It also gives me the letters M. Maybe we can use the word matter, which is numeric value 77. Maybe we can use the word E for energy, which is 74. And the total, okay, can either be 52, numeric value for Earth, or 151, the numeric value for Mars. Reason for that, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 7 and 4 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 7 and 4, 11, carry the 1, put the 1 over here, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 is 15, becomes 151. This will create 1111 in itself through Mars. The mathematics of left and then the right, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 6 and 5 equals to 11. Do it to the other side, 6 and 5 equals to 11, but it doesn't end there. We can still add 30 onto this. It equals to both 41 and 41, and then we can say, hey, this is our freedom 55. This happens to be the student of creation, because on the cube of 1 and 2 is 6 and 5. And when you get to 1 and 2, it's not only 1 and 2, but when you get to 1 and 2, it's also 7 and 8. It becomes 3 and 15. 1, 3, 5 again. Where do I get this? You take a look at that. You take a look at that. And then you take a look at that. And they all have something in common. But it's easier to see here. Here you see 9. Here you see 9 numbers. Over here you only see 1, but over here you see 5. So if I broke all these up into fractals, and I put one of these on each corner, and then one in the center, just like there's only one in the center here, there's still 8 around. So if there's 1 and 8, there's 1 and 8. And then with the 2, there's 2 and there's 7. There's 2 and there's 7. 3 and 15. The alphabet itself, if you're adding 1 through 26, although it equals to 27, but if you add up all the numbers together, it equals to 351. Mars. Electric company, Herbie the car. At the same time that it equals to that, it also equals to 3, did I get this right? 378, creation of the gate. 3 times 78, did I get this right? Is that what it is? 3 by 8, 24, 2. 3 by 7, 21, 2, 3, 4. Our gateway is in our vibration. When we add up 1 through 26 alphabet, we get 27. Add on 27. 27 is the house of bait. But the house of bait goes on 2 angles. It's one angle, and then the house of bait is on the other angle. When you have the 2 dots here, and then you have the 2 dots here. And then while you're doing this, you have 7. So you have 77 one way, 77 the other way. So when I create that, and I'm skipping a little bit all over, I'll get back to the alphabet in a second. So when we do that, we're going to be creating 77, 77, 77. At the same time, I'm going to create a 7 this way and a 7 this way. But when I bring those 7s together, I bring them together in the 14th letter. And when I bring these 7s together, whoop, that's not the way I wanted to do it. Hold on a second. And when I bring these 7s together, right, I only end up, I over overlap. When I put the two of them on top of each other, I end up with the barnyard door. I end up with 911. 911, Roman numerals. You're also ending up with XE, 33 and 15. Where do I get this? The 24th letter reverses C3, and the 9th letter reverses R18. Three of these cubes, the minimum will be 3. The maximum will be 18. 3 and 18, 21. Blackjack in your creation. Those are the only true sevens. Every other one is going to be 5. Where else was I? There was another piece that was supposed to go with this. Boy, I keep turning back and forth. I'll see if I can catch up to myself. So we were with the ace, the sun, the numbers over here. We were at 3 and 18, 3 by 18, 3 plus 18 equals 21. And the total value is 75. Now this 75 also has to do with both the king and the queen, for the reason that the numeric value of 7 is by the 13th card in the deck, or the letter M, MK. The 13th card is a king. The 13th letter is an M. At the same time, the reverse of K is P. The reverse of M is N. So I don't know what this says right now, but this is its own reality. We're going to go by the base 13. 1 times 3 equals 3. 1 plus 3 equals 4. 3 plus 4 equals to 7. So now we know we have to put a bar mitzvah on number 7. Now on number 12, 1 times 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 equals to 5. Now we have 5 and 7. If you go down to some synagogues, you'll walk in and you will see the candles in the front. There'll be 5 on the women's side and there'll be 7 on the men's side, with the star, or 6 points, that is, should be where the light is. Right where the light is. It's saying 1 light out to 6, or 12 actually, because 7 and 5 is 12. So we get this. The numeric value for moon is 57. For DC, it's 75 is 75%. And 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. You end up with 555. But when you end up with the 5, let me see, 7 and 7 is 14. The number 14, okay, is going to be Yod Dalet. Because 15, okay, is going to be Tedvav in Hebrew. They're switching things around. They're showing us the roadway, how it works. When we crisscross, I came up with this thing because when we cross 9227, red and yellow is 911. Green and yellow, which creates green and yellow and blue. Sorry, it was yellow and blue. Blue 40 and yellow is 132, ABC creation. Green equals to 4. So what is 132? 6, 9, 10, 11, 2, 6. What is 6 now becomes 4. Okay. What is 66 is 9, 11 is 20. So what is 2 becomes 6. So this will be 2. This will be 9. That's our birth. That's the extended of February. And this one will be 6. So this one, these two together, okay, are going to be 2 and 6. So it's 3 times the amount here. It's 1.5 times the amount here. I don't know if it has any bearing, but that's that story. Now to split the alphabet, I'm going to use my 2 gates over here. So my splitting of the alphabet is locking up, okay, of these letters over here. And I'm going to lock up K, L, M, N, O. I'm going to lock these letters up. KLMNO. Let me see if I got NO on this side. I got LK on this side. Does the M switch it? No, just let me see. NOMLK, MLK. Oh, NOP. Sorry. We're going to do these three. This is what locks up the entire alphabet. Now, should we start it with KP? Should we go LO? Or should we do MN? When I'm using two letters, you'll be talking about Earth. When you're talking about one letter, this is two letters. When I talk about one letter, I'm talking about Mars. Mars is one letter. Mars has two moons. Mars is the fourth planet. And all of them is the half-life. Every single planet, right? When you say the word planet, it falls under that category of PL, 28 cycles. We run the cycles, the gearing of the moon. The machine only works and runs at its cycles because of the gears. It's not the machine that's running itself, but it's all based on the gears. It's all based on the moon and the sun, Jesus Christ. Not because I want to say it. It's also Allah. Inside these dice, it says Allah. The reason for that is the inverted sides. The inverted sides. The total of each side is 9. Inverted sides is 18. There are 3 of them. The Third Reich. There's a 6th spindle. The Fourth Reich is the control in the center. So when you have 9 and 9, 18, and the invert of this cube, the cube, let me go to Rubik's. 9 per side. 7 dot reverse. 4 letters on the 7 and the 9 of the phone. 7 dot reverse, leaving me with 9 plus 9 equals to 18. Okay. 18 minus 7 equals to 11. But when you look only with the 1 and the 6, it has that value. But when you go to the 2 and the 5, or the 3 and the 4, the actual value is 18 minus 5 equals to 13, and 18 minus 5 equals to 13. Reason for that, if I'm drilling holes in this dice cube, and you drill all the holes for the black holes you have, the total number of holes will be, the drum roll please, the number of holes will be 4 by 5 equals to 20, and 2 by 7 equals to 14. And that's the number of holes. In the house of Bait, the division, okay, and it seems the division is between matter and energy, and it's divided in the moon through the 7th gate using the house of Kaaba. And the letters that stand for this are TDNA, TBDNA, or NDN, DNA. I'm going to show you why. What happens is here's your dice cube. I drilled all the holes, but the only one that comes out with 7 are these over here. So you're going to have 7 on this side and 7 on this side. So your 7 and 7, right? Your 7, 2 times 7 will be 14. Here's 14. We're going to use this one also because we had to use the, oh, and the B. 2 times 7 is 14 AD. Okay, ADN, we have it. Now on this side, we use 4 and 5, so we're going to have to use E. And we're going to have to use a D, T-bed, DAG, and VINDAG. This is the house of Bait. It's going to show me right over here. Here you have 7 voided spaces, and included in this voided space is the controller. Included in that space, whether it's on surface or under the surface. So when I drill my holes through this one, these 3 on the other side, nothing what will show, only the one in the center, because I have the other 2. I have the other 2. So this is all we're going to have left. So once we have all this left, 34, right? 1, 3, 6. Let me see what we have. We have 54. We have 17. By the way, it's 557 Gate in the Moon Freedom Pass. And this one, 2636. This will be 37. Right? We minused it. And obviously, this one is going to be 6 and 15. Okay, just wanted to make sure I got that one right. Let me do the calculations. 20 and 14. 20 and 14. Let me see that I got this right. We'll have 7. We'll have minus 5, minus 5. Let me see if I did that right. 7. This is just give me a second. I'm sort of right. 34. Correct. I have to have twice as much, right? This has to be done twice. So this becomes, because I have to go 6, 1, 1, 6. So I have to go 11 and 11. Let me see if I got this right. 11 and 11. Hold on a second. 11 and 11. Right. I'm talking about the voided spaces. Okay. 11 and 11. 13 and 13. 13 and 13 equals 22, equals 26, equals 26. Let's see if I can explain this now. Just 1 second. So since I have 11, I also have 7 and 7 is 14. 5 and 5 is 10. 5 and 5 is 10. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add these together, and we're going to get that over here. And then I'm going to just take this and put it together, and we're going to get that one over here. Now I'm going to re-explain it. That the 1 and 6 goes with this one over here, because there's going to be drilled dots. When the dots are drilled, I'm only going to be left over with 2 area voids here and 2 area voids here. There will only be 4 voided spaces on this right here. So there's going to be 4 voided spaces. 4 void. Let me see what it is. I'm going to have 2 void there and 2 void there. 4 void on the 6 and 1. And on the 5 and 2, on the 5 and 2, I'm going to have 4 and 4 voided spaces. So I'm going to have 8 void, okay, on the 5 and 2. And then I'm going to have another 8 void on the 3 and 4. And let me just take a break so I can try and explain this properly, because this is so mixy-uppy. And all you see is like, look, all I got is some colors, right? That's all I got. I just got 9 here. So let me try and put this in a better perspective. There's 9 on one side. On the one side of 9, I'm going to show you that there's only going to be 1 dot. So I'm going to have 1 dot and 8 void. When I flip it over, I have 6 more. That's a total of 7. If I drill holes in this, I'm only going to have a total of 7, leaving me always 2 open on each side. So 2 and 2 creates 4. Now, when I use all the other ones, they're all going to total 5. So there's always going to be 4 on this side and 4 on this side. There are 4 sides like that. That's going to be 16. So what I have is 4, 8, 4, 8, and 8. This is what I have. Now, when this is going on, I'm going to have 4 sides of 5, 4 sides of 5, 2 sides of 7. How do we work out these calculations? Now, when we have this, what is this over here? On your original, okay, on your original, the inverted to this cube, I'm always going to have 9 areas and 9 areas. So there's going to be 18. I'm going to take away the 7 dots. There's going to be 11 over. Just counting the dots, not counting the, if I drill it, right? No matter what I do, the dots left over are 11 when I drill it, right? Should I do it that way? Let me just, I just want to take a look at something. When I drill it, there's only 4 left over, 8 left over, 8 left over. If I just take away the 5 dots, yeah, here I'm just taking away the dots. Over here, I'm drilling it. So let me see if I got it again. I take away the dots, I got a true 11. I take away the dots, I got this. These are my numbers. So what did I actually get? Let me see, reverse side, right, reverse side 11, take away the 7, take away the 7, but this is going for a drill. Let me see. This is 7, right? But these only count as 5. Okay, right. So let me see what that is. This is 52, 62, 72, 70, 20, 40, 60, 72, 74, 26, 36, as 37 and 37 come together. Creation in the gate. To where we have the 8 and 8 is 16, to where we have the 20 void. Because remember, when this dice cube is sitting like this, the answer to this one over here is going to tell me 8 void and 4 void. I got a 12 void on this. The reason for that is because I have the 6. If I had the 6 like this, it would be 16 void. When the 1 is up, we have 16 void. 1 or 6 up equals to 16 void. Sweet 16. But if the 2 or 5 or the 3 and the 4, okay, are up, then we're going to have 12 void. We're going to have 12 void. So we're going to have 12, 12. 12, 12 void. Otherwise, we're going to have 16 void. With 1 and 6 be 60. This one would be 60. This would be 8. Then this one would be 8. Then this one would be 8. Then this one would be 8. 8, 8, 8, 8. Is that what it is? Oh, no, this is 8 for the 2 of them. Right. So that's the 16. It gets very complicated. And these numbers represent the moon, 5775. Even if you go down to the roulette wheel and look up orphelin, download it now before they remove them all. You will see these numbers picked out called orphelin, and in one section it'd be 3 numbers equaling to 57. The other would be 5 numbers. The 3 number average would be 19. The 5 number average will be 15. The letter S and O. You can look at it as 50. But the total of the numbers, okay, will be 5775. And what's ironic is that 75 times 75 plus 75 plus 75 equals to 5775. And 5,775 years times 13 moons is 75,075. And the equation of 47 equaling to 35, 7 by 5, plus 12 equaling to 47, the numeric value for the word time, energy, Jesus, I'm leaving on a jet plane, between 2 thieves. 2 thieves, 2 5s, right? On the cross between 2 thieves. On the right side and on the left side. On the blue side or on the left, on the red side. On the cold side or on the hot side. We are in the house of DC. 2 sides. If you want to take a baseball, you can put your hand here and then put your hand on the other 2 holding up that ball for 88. The thing I wanted to talk about this is the alphabet also connects that when we go over here to the letter E, right? We're going to connect E. I'm going to connect it all the way to U. EU connects this gate. We remove A, B, C, D, and we remove W, X, Y, Z. And we run with the alphabet in between. So we're going to remove 10, and this is 49 and 40 and 98. We're going to remove 108 from the alphabet. From a total of 351, we're going to leave us with a total of 243. Back to our vibration again. These are both gateways. We encompass the 2 gateways. And we living in the house to where I and S come in. Doesn't it look like Roman numerals Mars, 51, to EU, what is 53? The queen equals to 62. The king equals to 41. The ace equals to 9. These 2 create 103 September, which equates to 7 and 9, creates the 13 man, creates the JC, the 10th letter and the third letter. How about Jesus Christ? Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. There's so much more we have not spoken about. Every single game is intertwined. Every deck of cards. We're not looking for a truth. We're looking for the story within the word. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. And only when we know that we will know. Peace.